Good morning, students. In previous lecture, we have discussed some features of the Constitution like sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. Today, we will discuss some other features of the Constitution. So, let's start. The first, that is parliamentary form of government. India's parliamentary form of government both at the center and in the state. Both have the parliamentary form of government. Next, the close relationship between the legislature and the executive. In a parliamentary form of government or in a parliamentary democracy, there is a close relationship between the legislature and the executive. What do you mean by the executive? Executive, that is the Council of Ministers with the Prime Minister. Means all the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister and President is known as executive. And the legislature means the parliament. All the members of the Council of Ministers must be members of the parliament. Means those members who want to become a minister, they should be the member of parliament, whether Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. The Council of Ministers is constituted from amongst the members of the legislature, as I told you. So it holds the office as long as it continues to enjoy the confidence of the legislature. Confidence of the legislature means the Council of Ministers has resigned if it lost the confidence of Lok Sabha, which means the support of the majority in that house. Means they have to majority, then they can form the government and become the Council of Ministers. In a parliamentary form of government, the head of the state is president. Keep in mind, we are talking about the head of the state. Head of the state, that is president, is the nominal executive. And the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister as the real executive. Nominal executive means they have very less power. Basically, all the executive powers are vested by the Constitution in the President of India. But in practice, that is theoretical. Theoretically, all the executive powers are vested by the Constitution in the President of India. But in practice, these are not exercised by him or her. These are actually used by the Prime Minister. All the powers are actually enjoyed by the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. And presidents cannot act without the advice of the Council of Ministers. That's why we are saying president, that the head of the state, is known as nominal executive. So who is the nominal executive? The president. And who enjoys the real power? That is the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Again I am repeating. Who is the head of the state? Head of the state is president. And who is the head of the government? That is the Prime Minister. Now, federal and unitary form of government. Federal and unitary. First of all, you should know the meaning of federal and unitary. In a unitary government, the power is held by one central authority. Means central government has all the powers. Central government, or we can say national government, has all the powers. But in federal form of government, the power is divided between national government and other form of government. Other form of government means we can say state government or local government. So in federal form of government, the power is divided, but in unitary form of government, there is all the power in the hand of one government, that is the central government. And There is an independent judiciary which interprets the constitution and settles the disputes. My dear students, India has a federal system, but with a difference. We have the federal system, but with a difference means the central government is so powerful, more powerful as compared to other form of government. That's why India is not a really federation but a unitary state also. I hope you have understood. Now, universal adult franchise. Already you have studied about it in 6th class and 7th class. What do you mean by the universal adult franchise? Means every citizen of India who is 18 years and above is entitled to vote in the elections without any discrimination of caste, class, religion or gender. Means every citizen of India above 18 years have the right to vote without any discrimination. Single citizenship. The Constitution of India gave single citizenship to the people of the country. Means we have only one citizenship, that is single citizenship. Means we are only Indian citizen. We are known as Indian citizen. All the people irrespective of the state or territories in which they reside are citizen of India. There is no citizenship in the name of state. If you are living in Punjab, Haryana, MP, but you are known as Indian citizen. But in United States of America, there is a double or dual citizenship. Every American is a citizen of his or her state and also of the United States. So keep in mind, we have only single citizenship, that is Indian citizenship. Last, single integrated judicial system. India has a single integrated judicial system. Means that all the administration in courts has to be based on same principle and has one apex court which is High Court under it. Apex court means Supreme Court, which is High Courts under it, and so on. The High Courts have the right of supervision over the subordinate court. Subordinate court means district court or lower courts. India has an independent judiciary. My dear students, what do you mean by the independent judiciary? Independent judiciary means it's free from all the influence of the executive and legislature. Means all the courts are work independently without the influence of executive and legislature. Means no one can give the order to the courts, Supreme Court or High Court. That's all from the chapter. In next chapter, we will discuss about the fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy and fundamental duties, because these are fundamental rights, fundamental duties and directive principles of state policy are also some basic features of the Constitution of India. So my dear student, we shall be learning about these vital elements in the Constitution in the next chapter, that is chapter number 16. So today we have covered chapter number 16. I hope you all understood about it. Thank you and have a nice day.